Ray, come on.
Get the camera out of my face. I'm not talking to you. We're done. I don't want to talk about what happened, dude. I'm still trying to get over what's happened. I don't want to even think about what happened.
We're back. We're fine now. So, just talk about what happened.
Dude, first off, yes, we are back. You're fine. I'm not fine. I'm not fine. You're fine. This didn't happen to you. This didn't happen to you. Welcome to our second attempt here in Colombia.
Hi, my name's Brandon, and this is my second trip with Hostel Living.
So we're here, back in Colombia. I never thought I'd be back in this amazing country, but now that I am, we've applied the knowledge of having been here before. We landed, hit the ground running, and everything's very positive.
Looking up how to get from the Cartagena bus terminal.
So this is how I like to travel, backpacking. You know, I don't like to plan. I've been to these places enough to know that there's going to be taxis at every airport, food on every corner, accommodations, locals to help you out. So is it imperative to plan your trips out by the day, by the hour, by the minute? Absolutely not. I've never done it, and frankly, I don't think I ever will do it.
So one of the things we did differently this year from last year is actually got some apparel. So you're noticing shirt, this little briefcase,
Looks
and
very official.
like a $4 clapper.
So we arrived in Cartagena. Beautiful coastal Caribbean city, pastel color houses, great street food, fishing villages. Overall, this place is amazing.
Cartagena was founded on June 1st, 1533 by the Spanish commander Pedro de Heredia. Interestingly enough, it was named after Cartagena, Spain, where many of Heredia's sailors hailed from. It is the 5th largest city in the country and is located on the northern Caribbean coast. My name is Dr. Ryan P. Wadsworth, and the boys will call me from time to time when they find themselves in need of a little expert opinion or an educated analysis on what they're getting themselves into. I hold a litany of prestigious degrees from the finest institutions, colleges, and universities in the entire world.
So we figured out that we want to base the Hostel Living Colombia episode around the world's most infamous drug smuggler.
So these were $25 billion in the 1970s.
So his brother, if he's still alive, this article was from 6 months ago,
So everyone knows Pablo, but I've never heard of Roberto Escobar. He's definitely the lesser known Escobar.
This guy does seem pretty legit. Half his face is blown off. He claims to have a cure for AIDS.
What?
He looks like a madman. Look at this guy. Apparently he lives in Medellin.
So this is Ray's big plan. He's gonna take us to go see the Tito Jackson of the Escobar family.
Look up some bus routes or something.
From Cartagena to Medellin, it's an 18-hour bus ride.
Let's do it.
You wanna do it? All right, let's figure it out. We're on our way to try to track down Pablo Escobar's brother, Roberto Escobar. So either we're gonna do it, be successful, or we're gonna die trying. Hopefully don't die. So we're not only a low budget production, we're actually a no budget production. So flying anywhere was never in the cards. Besides, I think by taking a bus, it'll be a better story and definitely a much better adventure.
So last night we did something called a Chiva tour, and it's basically just a party bus. It's this authentic Colombian bus that drives you around the city, gives you drinks, stops at different locations. It was a lot of fun. So stumbling home from the Chiva tour, walking through a park, we came across this group of kids.
They were drinking rubbing alcohol. Definitely was very inquisitive as to what the hell was going on.
So last night we met this group of about 10 kids. They're all vagabonds traveling through South America on their own. And it turns out that they're trying to go the same direction we're going. So this might actually work out.
It turns out they were planning a hitchhiking adventure to Medellin in the morning. We agreed to go, they invited us. It seemed like a great idea at the time. So we're all just looking at each other, not saying a word. We're still hungover, and we're all wondering the same exact thing, and that's, do we have any business hitchhiking across Colombia? 3 white dudes who don't speak any Spanish with a bunch of strangers. And the answer is absolutely no, we don't. But I'm allowing this quest, this adventure to cloud my judgment, because this is epic. This is what we came here for. This is what hostile living is about. This is what I'm about. I mean, I live for this type of stuff. And Mark is in because he sees the potential, but we all have to have an equal say here. In my opinion, I think it'd be better for us to come to conclusions as a group instead of me dictating exactly what we're doing and where we're going. So everyone's downstairs.
At this point, I am feeling pretty apprehensive. We do have a couple pieces of expensive equipment, and we're going to be hitchhiking.
We don't know exactly how we're getting there, how long it's going to take, but it should be an adventure, and I guess we'll see.
So we're sitting there in the hostel waiting for our new Colombian friends to show up, and we actually end up meeting these 2 girls who happen to be journalists working there in Colombia.
And, only the day before yesterday I wrote an article about how the US had renewed its travel warning to tourists coming to Colombia because of kidnappings and violence and all this kind of stuff. So this stuff does go on. I write about it every day. There's killings, kidnappings, bombings. If you are sensible and you stay in the places where it's safe and where other tourists are, then you're okay.
So we discussed it and we all came to the same conclusion. This is a stupid, dangerous decision. But at the end of the day, we came here to film a crazy adventure, and there's nothing more crazy about a group of guys hitchhiking across Colombia.
10 a.m. 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, and the circus is about to begin.
So next thing you know, we're walking down the street with a group of kids that we literally just met. They don't speak very much English, and that's that. There's really no turning back at this point. So apparently it's not your typical thumbs up on the side of the road hitchhiking, which is a relief. But we roll up to this truck stop, and the plan is to jump into a cargo truck or some sort of truck on its way to Medellin. So I'm not sure what's going on. I think we just got a ride in a big truck that hopefully could accommodate all of us. I'm kind of nervous about this camera being out right now.
So it looks like we're going to be able to all fit on the same truck, which is good, because the only thing that's giving me any sort of peace of mind right now is the fact that we have safety in numbers.
So we finally roll up to the truck, and
You've got to be kidding me.
there's absolutely no way that we can all fit in this thing.
It's completely full with what appears to be restaurant equipment and steel beams stacked about 5 feet high, and the entire thing's supported with what looks like really shoddy twine rope.
There was like this much room for all of us to try and climb up into this thing.
So the locals all think we're crazy, but this is hostel living. This is exactly what we came here to do. Looks like I'm spending 18 hours in the back of a truck.
Everyone says yes, let's do it. So naturally, what do I do as the leader of this group?
So naturally, I expect we're all gonna be piled in the back of this truck together, and next thing I know,
I go to the front seat.
typical Ray fashion, there he is bolting for the passenger seat.
I see everyone piling into this truck, and it looks so uncomfortable. I got my nice comfy seat. I got the panoramic view of the beautiful mountains. The cab's got AC, thank God. And I'm just maxing and relaxing. This might not be such a bad trip after all. That's just not my style.
Sitting on that, hold on.
So So we've been in the back of this truck for a few hours now, and this is gearing up to be one of the craziest experiences I've ever had in my life.
You know, it was loud, it was dirty, it was incredibly uncomfortable. We were sucking in the exhaust fumes.
I have no idea what everyone's complaining about. It's not that bad.
Into this trip now. I already have headaches from the fumes, and from what I'm told, they're pretty mild from what they were at the beginning of the trip. Wherever the fuck we're going, I'm not even sure where we're going. In retrospect, I'll probably look back and realize this is one of the stupider things I've done. But as long as we get to a destination tonight, no harm, no foul.
So after hours and hours, we finally make it to our destination. We're somewhere outside of the city, we're not sure exactly where. Unfortunately, it's so late that we can't find a place to stay. So where we sleep tonight is still up in the air.
Now what? $1 million question.
Vamos a pescar.
Claro, para eso la traes, huevón.
So it turns out that we're just going to end up camping tonight. Feel a bit safer out here. And it's this cooler scene from the center of a parking lot where we're camping underneath a gas station. This is hostel living. Over and out. Good night. Really hope that we wake up. So we wake up in the morning, lucky to be alive, lucky not to have been kidnapped. We hardly slept at all.
Medellin was founded in 1616 by the Spaniard Francisco Campuzano. It is the second largest city in Colombia and is centrally located in the Andes Mountains.
Crack that baby open. So during our first trip to Colombia, I met this girl working at a hostel, and she knew that we were filming our travel show. She actually offered us the possibility to interview Pablo Escobar's brother, and we simply just did not have the time. But it was an amazing opportunity, and it was certainly one of the things that brought me back to Colombia for the second time. All right, so it looks like we have still a private tour. All the questions we want. So when they finally pick us up, they pick us up in this sketchy, shady-ass van. It reminds me of like a kidnapper's van. So then we're riding up this hill, or this driveway, whatever, towards a fence, and then all of a sudden the lights go off when we're in complete darkness. And then they start flickering the headlights.
So now I'm thinking she's signaling somebody and we're about to get jumped. So out of nowhere, this guy just appears, opens the gate, and next thing you know, we're at Roberto's driveway. Apparently they were just signaling to each other, and this is common practice.
But when those gates finally opened, I'm like, thank God. We've been through hell and back to get here. We did this, we stuck through it, and we achieved our goal.
So here we are, we finally made it. It's been hell getting here.
Everyone's pumped, everyone's so excited. And then she says,
You guys came from after?
no cameras. That's what she said.
No cameras? The entire reason we came here was to film, and we've already explained this to her.
You knew that we were making a movie. And now that we're here, we're faced with the fact that we cannot film this interview. So I'm just like, fuck it.
What? I don't know. So me and Brandon are looking at each other, and we didn't think that it was a good idea. I mean, we knew it was a bad idea, but Ray was just adamant about it.
We're not gonna film this interview. We've been through way too much. And I'm thinking to myself, this doesn't have to be the complete failure that it's looking like it's gonna be.
So guys, let's continue these spaces.
So we're walking around this house, and this place is literally sprayed with bullet holes. There's holes in the windows, in the walls.
There was an attempt of kidnap Roberto and his youngest son.
Like, shit just got real. So we finally meet Roberto, and almost right off the bat, he's just being very evasive with us, almost like he's bored that we're there. You know, personally, I came here for some like real investigative journalism, you know, just to ask him questions like, how many billions of dollars passed through your hands as the accountant of Pablo Escobar? And just, you know, similar cool stuff. And, you know, he's just talking about his bicycle club. He's just talking about just stuff that we just don't care about.
So Brandon was trying to hide his GoPro down here at his side, trying to film the interview. And the translator, the lady who got us the interview in the first place, the one who told us not to film, she ends up seeing it, and she pointed right at it. And that was it. The interview was just done. You know, we got caught red-handed after she specifically told us that he did not want to be filmed.
All of a sudden, everything just stops. And then they start whispering to each other, and then they're like, you need to leave. They're like, no, 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 no. Like, you need to go, get out of here. So they walk us to the gate, and that's it. We're in the dark, in the woods, in Colombia. That was almost too easy. You know, why didn't they take the cameras? Or why they didn't, you know, like destroy the memory cards? I had no idea. So we're walking down this hill, and then all of a sudden we hear something coming towards us. It's running towards us. So we book it down the hill.
I had no idea what was going on. You know, Ray just yells, run, and so we just start booking it into complete darkness in the middle of nowhere. And somehow we got completely separated from Brandon.
Where's Brandon? Brandon! Come on, let's go.
So now I'm actually starting to get scared. I lost the group. I'm all by myself, just kind of hanging out on the side of the road in an area where I'm not supposed to be.
Brandon! I'm not doing this anymore.
So just give it 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes for what? He just blew the entire interview because he got caught.
No, he didn't. You specifically told us to keep the cameras running.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. I think I see lights up there, dude.
Dude, wait.
I'm fucking tripping over everything here.
Dude,
come on.
Don't go up there.
Why?
Just don't. Let's wait for Brandon.
Up there, dude.
Dude, I really don't.
Why would he be still in the woods
cautious.
right now? He's up there.
I don't think he is.
Come on, let's go.
Dude, just wait.
It's been a long day. Please, let's go. Actually, hold this, please. It's like killing my hip.
Check
please.
it out, then.
Brandon!
So meanwhile, I hear this vehicle coming, and I just kind of jump to the side and I try to hide myself.
come on.
Get the camera out of my face. I'm not talking to you. We're done.
Dude, come on. Dude, we're back in the States now. It's fine. Everything's okay. So just talk about what happened.
I don't want to talk about what happened, dude. I'm still trying to get over what's happened. I don't want to even think about what happened. I'm not fine. You're fine. This didn't happen to you. You were in the woods watching this happen to me. I can't do this anymore. I really can't. We don't have the money to do it properly. Someone's gonna get hurt or killed. I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. So it's been about a month since we've been back from Colombia, and I've had some time to heal both physically and emotionally, some time to contemplate the trip and to watch the footage. I came up with the realization that everything that went wrong was really my fault, and it could have been avoided by just doing some simple planning. You know, I pressed and I pressed and I pressed. They told us not to film, I still filmed, and I realized that I was just out there looking for trouble just for interesting content. And I put everyone's lives in jeopardy, including my own. Interestingly, we never figured out who those guys were. You know, we don't know if they were affiliated with the Escobar family. Like, my gut says that they weren't. All that's such a shame because before that point, the trip was amazing.
We had such a good time. It was so much better than the last time around. And the people in this country are amazing. They're just the most warm and welcoming people we've ever met.
This whole experience has been completely outside of my comfort zone. This is not something I would have signed up for or planned on my own. And I'm just so grateful for having done this. The things I walked away with were things that I didn't even realize existed. And now I get to have this story and these memories for the rest of my life.
We really are just about having fun. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone. And if you do that, your chances of having an experience to remember for the rest of your life, a positive one, are really good.
Which really just serves as verification to the fact that I can't quit at this point. You know, we've put too much time, energy, blood, sweat, and tears into the making of Hostile Living that I can't quit. And lastly, as you know, Hostile Living is a no-budget production. There is zero money to consult legal advice, so we're just gonna scrap the entire interview. We're gonna blur out Roberto's face because we don't want any legal issues. But most importantly, I don't want to piss off the ghost of Pablo Escobar. But Roberto did grant us permission to take this one picture. So to help prove that we were actually there, here it is.